Okay, so we're starting down in child's pose. I'm just going to take this off. Okay, so you want your wide child's pose, so toes together, and then we have your knees apart, down, sitting back as far as you can, and then moving your hands forward, head down. So, oh, a bit loud. Okay. And then I want you to raise your right hand up to the ceiling, and then we're going to loop it through and rest that shoulder down on the ground. Try to keep the bum to the heels as close as you can. Then changing arms, so the left arm goes up to the ceiling. Twisting it. And then loop it through, and other shoulder comes to the floor. We're then going to move into, I can't remember the exact name, but I think it's puppy something, so puppy pose. So I want Rupert to do this with his puppy on him. But you're just going down with the arms, but keep the bum in the air. So head to the mat or floor, stretching out those shoulders and the back. Really push down as close as you can with those armpits to the floor. And then we come to lay down, and you want your elbows just directly below the shoulders, and all you're going to do is just chest up, chin up. So you're not straining too much, but you start feeling this lower back, a little bit of a stretch. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. And then coming back down, and we just take those hands so then they're level with your shoulders or just behind the shoulders. And we start just a little bit off the ground with the chest, looking forwards. And if you want to, you can then increase it all the way up, and even more, take your knees off the ground, go into an upward dog. And slowly coming back down. And we're going to just take one foot in your hand and push it towards you. Other leg is straight. Stretch out those quad muscles. And then we take both feet together. And then if you want to, if you feel comfortable, just lift that chest up and keep pushing those feet towards you. So you'll feel a nice back stretch here, as well as stretching your quads. Couple more breaths. And then place the original foot you had up, down on the floor, and keep the other one up. Head back down to the mat or floor, and then push that foot towards you, stretching out that quad. Take hold with both hands if that feels better. Increase that stretch. And then we'll just do a little bit of back strengthening here. So want your hands just in front of your face, and you're just going to lift up, just only a tiny bit, you'll start to feel it. I can't do it very well much time. So just up with your elbows up, your feet off the ground, and then slowly back down, and then coming up. Don't strain yourself here. So feet up as well, and slowly down. So you're holding up for a few seconds, and then back down again. It's good. Keep looking down when you're doing it. Unless you're me and have to look at the screen, don't do what I'm doing. Couple more. Final one. Okay. And then we go into all fours, onto all fours, I should say. So wrists directly below your shoulder, knees directly below your hips, nice flat back. And we just do a couple of cat-cows here, just because they're good for the back. So arching that back down, bring the chin up. And then arch, pushing the back up, chin to chest. And keep moving slowly between each one. Good. If you feel it's particularly tight on one of these, then just stay a little bit longer. Couple more. Last one. Okay, so spreading your hands nice and wide. We're then going to go up to downward dog, which I'm awful at. We have the feet hip width apart. If you want to go a little bit wider, see how you feel. And you're just going to push, you can't see, maybe you're going to push the heel down one at a time. So moving one forward, push that heel down. You can start feeling it on your calves. Trying to keep that back straight, that's what I struggle with. And then we're going to raise up the right leg, so it's directly raised behind you. And then you're going to bring it forward, so it's the outside of your right hand. So a nice wide lunge. And then place your left hand down, and then your right hand, you're going to raise that arm, looking up to the ceiling. Keep the back knee off the ground. So you should be facing the bent leg, but looking up. Come back down with that hand, and then drop the back knee. And if you want to, stay here, or we go into full lizard, which is down onto the elbows, pushing that knee out. And if you want to increase the stretch even more, just lift that back knee off the ground. I'm going to stay here for a few breaths. Let the head hang. And then coming up into onto the hands, and you're going to bring the other foot forward. So we're going to go into a yogi squat. So nice and low. Hope we can see this. So try to keep your heels on the ground and just pushing out those knees. And then we're going to go back to downward dog. Oh. So bum up in the air. Again, if you want to just push those heels down one at a time. And then we take the left leg up into the air, directly behind you, and bring it forward to the outside of your left foot. Right hand down, and then left hand comes up, look up to the ceiling. That's it. Nice big stretch. If you want to go a little bit further back than directly above, whatever feels comfortable with a little stretch. And then bring that hand down. Again, so drop the back knee. Again, you have the option just to stay here. If you feel this is enough of a stretch, or if you want to increase it down to your elbows, try and advise whatever you did on the last side, try and do the same on this side. Holding here, just another deep breath in and out. And then slowly coming back to those hands. And then we're going into another yogi squat. I'll turn so you can see me. So again, don't lean back. Try and keep those heels on the ground. You need to go wider. And this time we're just going to let one knee just slightly drop forward and then the other. Stretching out those hips. A couple more. And sitting on the ground or the mat or whatever you're on, time for a bit of abs. Paul doesn't like this. He's going to storm off. Okay, so we're going to do it nice and slow. So we're going to start with your hands out in front of you, and you're going to go down nice and slow until your shoulder blades almost touch. Come up until your hands are either side of your knees, and then we'll just go in, out, and in, and then back. And up again. The key thing here is not to come too far forward, because this is just easy. You're just sitting. So you want to be at the point your abs are working and holding it there and slowly down. If you want to make it harder, take those feet off the ground and you'll feel that when you're coming down. Keep those feet off on the ground if you are anyway. Don't let them kind of rise up as you come up. And it means your feet are doing the hard work, not your abs. So just a couple more like this. Last one. And down. And then you take back on the ground, and we're just going to have the feet in tabletop positions, nice flat, and knees directly above your hips. And all you're going to do is just going to go up slowly until you're almost at the heels, and then slowly down. So we're again working similar muscles, up and down. That's good. Trying to keep those legs as still as you can. What you'll want to do is kind of move them towards you as you go up, because it's easier. If you keep them still, it's your abs that have to do the work. 3 more. Nice and slow. And okay, on the back again, pushing the lower back in as you do this. You're going to have your feet in the air. Actually, and then you're going to up. So take that lower back off the ground a little bit. Come down touch the ground. So here you can see my knees have just gone out to the side slightly. So up, bend those knees out to the side, touch the mat or floor, and then up again. So it's when you are on the ground, you push that lower back in as you're lowering those legs all the way, and then you come up. 5 more here. Nice and slow and controlled. 3 more. Last 2. That back started taking over. It starts to hurt. Just rest for a few seconds. The last one. Okay. Great work. I'll just do a bit more stretching, and if we can, a little bit more abs. So this one, we're going to need a prop. See if you have something suitable. I'm going to use my table. So you'll see here, you'll see Paul, but you'll also see a table. So what you're going to do is just stand about 1 meter away from the table. And first of all, got my bum right in front of you. You're going to go back with that head, so straighten those legs and keep your hands on the table, but keep your chin to your chest and coming down. And then you come up and you kind of stretch the other way. So it's kind of like an upward dog, but one standing with a table or any type of wall, really, even if you haven't got a table or a sofa. And we're just going to do rotations between one and the other. So you'll feel this more on the lower back. And then as you bend down, keep your chin to your chest. You'll feel it in the upper back a bit more. A couple more. You also feel this down your hamstrings if you've got your legs straight. Last one. And then coming up. Good work. And we're going to do a little bit of balance here. We'll see how this works. So this is when I wish Rupert had his camera on. He doesn't. So we're going to have 2 options. So one is if you want to just have your foot just on your heel, on your kind of side of your calf. And this would be the balance. Or if you want to make it a bit harder, having it all the way up. Oh, no, hang on. Okay, don't watch me in this. Key is finding a nice spot to look at and push that foot and the thigh together if you're in this position. So imagine that they're both putting tension on each other, and that's how you get the balance. Okay, staying here, and then you're going to wrap your arms around. So one goes above, and then you kind of just twist it so they meet again in the middle. And then you're going to raise those arms up. Holding it here. Ooh, keep going, keep going. Lower them down. And release the arms. And then we just take the knee forward. Last little bit, take your hand to the inside of the knee and pushing that out. Arm out the other way to support you. If you can, if you're not wobbling like me, look at your fingers on the arm that's stretched out. And just stand nice and tall. Coming back with that knee and return to the floor. And then other side. So again, if you want to go on your lower leg or onto your thigh, getting into position, pushing together the knee, so the leg and the foot. And then we're going to wrap, but you're going to try and wrap the other way. So whatever you did the last time,
remember what I did, but. And then raising those hands up. Slowly lowering them down. And then take your knee forward. Hand on the inside of that knee. And slowly moving out to the side. Taking the other hand out. If you want, you can look at that other hand. I'm wobbly like anything today, so I'm not going to do that. You could do it with, pick a spot to look at, that's it. And then bring in the knee forward and slowly down. Good, okay. And what was it here? And then what we're going to do here, we're just going to do a little twist. So actually we do mountain pose, so arms up into the ceiling. And then twist. So one arm goes back, the other one forward, and look at your back hand. Back to the middle, arms up, and then out to the other side. Back to the middle, arms up again, and then we're going to cactus, so just bend your elbows and then just push back, push the chest forward, stretching your back. And then we're going to do one more balance thing. I think I have time. So what we do is, I think we've done this once before, is taking one leg off the ground, and then you're just going to take that leg back and lean forward, and then coming back until you're back straight, but don't put the foot down. So it's always off the ground. The aim here is not to do what I do, is just kind of twist your leg as you go back. So you don't want to do that. You want your hips both facing forward the whole time, kind of forward and back. It's really good one if you're a runner. You're using that stabilize yourself on one leg as you do when you're running. So we're going to do 10 on each side. It's going to get harder as the leg gets more tired. And keep an eye on those hips, making sure they're facing forward the whole time. 5 more. I'm all over the place. I'm trying to look at my notepad at the same time. It's not advisable. Last 2. Final 1. And then over to the other side. Make sure that foot is nice and stabilized. And then slowly lowering, using those arms to balance you as well. Don't let those hips turn. Mine always want to. The rain has started. Good work. Just take it as far as you want to. So if it's only a little lean, that's fine. Or if you want to go really low, you're feeling comfortable doing that. 5 more. Last 2. Keep holding it. Last 1. And foot down. Good work. One more, a little bit of abs, and a final stretch, and we'll be done. So
We'll just do, okay, so this one, we're going to have either your feet up in the air, or if you want to just drop those feet down, you can, and you're just going to lean back again to the point where your abs feel really engaged and they're working. And you want to take one elbow back at a time. So say it's your left elbow, you go back, so it's just behind you, drop it into the floor, and then forward, and then you return to the other side. You should feel that in a little twist, and the key thing is just going nice and slowly, and you've got to get in that right starting position. So everyone down. So you should feel it. So I'm shaking just in this position. But you're going to make it even harder. Elbow back, down, and then the other side. Try and keep facing forward as you do it. If you're anything twisting, is the abs. Good work. This time, when you come forward, all you're going to do is just raise those arms up and slowly down. So you're doing nothing else with the rest of your body. And you'll feel it. Well, I can feel it at least. Keeping everything else still. The thing that's holding you in position are those abs. Those back starts working, just rest for a little bit. 2 more. Final one. And, oh, I felt that.
It's tough.
Tough, okay. And last little stretch. We'll just come onto your knees and tuck your toes under. Let's do a pyramid to take hold of the back heel. So your right heel with your right hand, and then the other hand just comes back. Other side. And then I'll just turn so you can see me. So you just straighten one leg, so keep the other leg bent just in front of you. And then take your hands down to the straight leg and leaning over that one. And then take the hand to the floor and leaning to the other side. And then coming back, bend the other leg, straighten the other one, and again, sliding your hand down the straight leg and take the other arm over. And then hand to the floor. And then stretch all the way to the other one. Last stretch of today. Let's make it a good one. Slowly coming back. And we are done for today. Well, I'm sorry, I realized I didn't turn my computer back on. That's pretty bad.
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. That was great.
Hope you all have a nice weekend.
Cheers, Lily.
Yes.
Lily.
Monday.
See you Monday.